My 5 happiest days of retirement, in no particular order. Number 1, the first Monday after I retired. I mean, waking up on that day, realizing you don't ever have to go to work again. You don't have to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. That day was amazing. What an amazing day, waking up. I mean, the sky seemed brighter, the sun seemed brighter, I seemed brighter. Amazing. I could never have put it into words what it felt like that first Monday, because I retired on a Friday. I retired on my birthday, on my 59th birthday, on a Friday. So, you know, the weekend was just like any other weekend. It was great. But that Monday, oh my God, that was a game changer right there. So that's the first day. The second happiest day, actually, again, these are in no particular order, so this is just number 2. The day that I closed on the escrow to this place, what I call now my forever house. Didn't take me long to realize that this is probably going to be my forever house. I've lived in a couple really nice areas. I lived in a house in Mount Washington that I owned for 10 years. Which is about 5 miles outside of downtown in Los Angeles. And it was absolutely beautiful area. It seemed like you weren't even in the city. Even though you're 5 miles from downtown, it was a very hilly area. And it was gorgeous. But this place that you see here, that I've shown in my videos, I mean, listen right now. Dead quiet. Outside of my Raven friends, dead quiet. And yet, I'm just about, a mile or two down the hill from a little town. So I can still get most things that I want. But yeah, I've decided the calm that I get from this place, just the feeling of serenity, this is my forever place. So that was day 2, the day that I closed escrow on this place. And it took a while too. There were a couple problems that came up. So I was pretty nervous over those. What did it take, 45 days? But once it was done, oh man, unbelievable. Number 3, the day that I realized cohabitation is possible. Now let me explain, because I know this is probably not a normal situation for most of you out there who may be married, or if you're not married, you've lived with people in the past. The longest I had ever lived with someone was 3 months. Way back when I was in my late 20s, early 30s. My girlfriend and I, coming up in April, will have been together for 20 years. 20 years, just me and her, no, it's a very serious relationship, but neither of us have wanted to get married. So we figured early on, it's like, if we don't want to get married, is there any real need to live with each other? We just never did, even though it's kind of stupid when you think about it. In the last place I was before this, my rental, we were living literally about a mile away from each other. I had a rental, she had her house. But you know what? Whatever works, works. This has worked for us for 20 years. Sure, you get into arguments once in a while, but we have never even come close to saying, yeah, maybe we should part ways. This works for us. And it's a committed relationship. So when I decided to get this house, we had decided, okay, I'll be here part-time, I'll be at her house in Los Angeles part-time. I'd spent the night obviously before, but I had never been with her for say outside of vacations for say, 3, 4, 5 days in a row at her house. There are a lot of dynamics that change in a relationship when you're living with someone. Sure, we had some things that changed, but a couple months into it, the day I realized that, you know what? This cohabitation thing could work. That was kind of a milestone for me. So that was the 3rd happiest day of my retirement, when it came to the realization that this can work. If this all changes for some reason, if some kind of disaster, befalls me, we can do it together as a couple. The 4th is the first Sunday night that I discovered I didn't have a knot in my stomach anymore because I was dreading work the next day. This actually took a little while. It took me maybe, month and a half. I don't know, maybe because my body was conditioned to that. I don't know what it was, but that first Sunday night when I realized, you know what was that? I don't know, someone's sneaking up on me. I realized that I don't ever have to go into work on a Monday again, unless I want to. There was no knot in my stomach. I think I was just like watching TV or something on a Sunday night. And usually in most of my Sunday nights when I was working, you know, depending on the job, some jobs are more stressful than others, I would get either a small, a medium, or sometimes a big old hanging knot in my stomach on Sunday night, dreading Monday. That first night or day that I realized I didn't have that knot in my stomach, that was a great day. That was a really great day for, you know, being in retirement. The fifth one I have is the day that I realized that, you know what, this retirement thing, it just might be doable. Based on my nest egg, based on everything, you know, all the calculations I've done. Now, you know, this might be maybe counter to some of the stuff I was saying before. I mean, I've always been confident that I could retire on $500,000, which I did a year and a half ago. But there's always, you know, a niggling little voice talking in the back of your mind going, are you sure? Are you really sure? Did you really think this out? And you know what? The day, and this wasn't too long ago, this was maybe about a month ago, that I realized, you know, I'm getting some income coming in from this YouTube channel, you know, and I know it's going to vary from month to month, and it's not a lot of income, but when I actually look at the numbers, you know, what they do is they'll give you approximate numbers that you may have earned so far. What I saw coming in made sense to me that it's like, you know what? I might not really have to worry about my nest egg so much. Of course, you're always going to look at it. You want the best investments. But what I saw coming in was like, oh, okay. Because I always had my whole thing with a part-time income was as long as I can pay for the mortgage on this place here, I'll be good. So the estimated income I saw coming in from, you know, the YouTube channel, it looked pretty good and it was covering my mortgage. So that day that I realized that, you know, I'm getting some income coming in because I had been looking for part-time work for a while, and whether it was ageism, whatever it was, I was getting nothing. I was getting no income coming in. So far, you know, this YouTube thing has worked out. And the day I realized and I looked at the estimated numbers, and again, I'll share these with you guys in my monthly updates on my portfolio, exactly how much I'm bringing in. When I first saw those estimated numbers, I was like, you know what? Okay, shut up, little voice in the back of my head. I think I got it now. I think I got it. And you know, down the road, if this doesn't pan out that well, you can always get other stuff. So it just something clicked in the back of my head one day and said, you can do this. Even though you're confident before, now by the numbers, it looks like you can really, really do this. So anyway, guys, those are the 5 happiest retirement days I've had so far. Let me know what you guys have. What are your days? What have been the happiest days in your retirement so far? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to see it. And because, you know, obviously, I mean, these are just, I'm relaying my journey, my retirement journey so far. You're going to have a lot different ones than I have, and I would love to see them in the comments. So let me know. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Another, you know, great, actually, you know, for the winter. I mean, it's like about 60, 62 out here in the high desert. I mean, next week's going to be snow, but I'm enjoying it while I can. It's been awesome. Anyway, guys, hope everyone's having a great day. And remember, we got